The story begins when a team of American archaeologists was digging and excavating in Egypt and discovered a fourth pyramid that no one knew about before. Right after that, we see the events of the revolution and protests that the Egyptians held. Amidst all this, an Egyptian documentary film crew arrives aiming to film and document one of the most important archaeological discoveries in Egypt's history. The scene then shifts to a reporter named Sani and her cameraman Fidzi as they present a report confirming how extraordinary this pyramid is. Unlike the traditional pyramids of Giza, which have 4 sides, this particular pyramid was unique because it only had 3 sides. Sani explains that Dr. Miles Holden and his daughter Nora, who are 2 archaeologists, have the ability to change the course of history with their amazing discovery. As Sani is explaining the news, a dog keeps barking from the top of the pyramid, interrupting her repeatedly. This was really annoying Fedzi. After a little while, Sani continues and conducts an interview with Dr. Holden as he talks about his efforts in research and excavation. He says he is looking for ancient texts that point to this geological area as possibly being the location of the lost Aten pyramid, which might be related to the unique structure they discovered. Immediately after, they go to have an interview with Nora. She clarifies that the pyramid with 3 sides has no connection to King Akhenaten and that it is actually buried underground. Nora also explains that the sand takes thousands of years to accumulate and form a shape like that, and when Sani asks her why archaeologists resist using satellites, Nora reveals that many of them are hesitant to adopt anything new or change their traditional methods. After that, Dr. Holden and Nora inform Sani about the satellite orbiting the Earth and show her the specific area where the pyramid is located, confirming that a large part of it is still buried deep under the sand. Dr. Holden expresses his amazement at how massive the pyramid is. Then Nora points to the exact spot where they can enter the top of the pyramid. Sani, excited, asks about the satellite. Nora explains that she was inspired by an article titled "The Search for Intelligent Extraterrestrial Beings." And when Sani asks Nora about her opinion on the idea that aliens might be using the pyramids as a means to visit Earth, Nora dismisses the idea while laughing because she doesn't believe in such theories. As they talk, Dr. Holden tries to steer Sani away from discussing satellites and suggests they focus solely on archaeology. But Sani argues and says that the satellite part is important because it represents the beginning of a new era in archaeology. This disagreement annoys Dr. Holden because he believes that the true essence of archaeology is being lost amid technological advancement. Later that same night, Nora is on the phone with her mom, reassuring her that she will be safe during the mission to uncover the secrets of the buried pyramid. Suddenly, she gets upset when she spots a remote-controlled rover car named Short, and it was designed by her boyfriend and teammate Michael Zahir, who is a robotics engineer. Zahir started introducing everyone to Short. He explains that NASA originally developed it for Mars rovers. He also says that Short has recording capabilities and captures images and sound. As soon as it enters the pyramid, it will send live footage moment by moment to the command center. This will help them a lot. The next day, the Egyptian workers were tasked with opening the tunnel. They informed Dr. Holden that they succeeded and found their way inside the pyramid. Everything turned upside down and everyone, including Sani and her coverage team, became hurried. They quickly ran with the workers towards the pyramid. But as soon as the last stone was removed, a toxic gas mixed with fungi suddenly emerged, filling the area and causing severe harm to one of the team members. As a result, they requested immediate assistance for him, and fortunately, they saved his life. At the same time, Dr. Holden receives a message from the Ministry of Antiquities ordering him to stop his research and vacate the place within 24 hours. The reason behind this decision becomes clear afterward as large protests erupted in Cairo due to the local people's feelings against foreigners excavating their ancient pyramid. The situation seemed to turn into chaos and violence spreading everywhere. As soon as Dr. Holden heard this news, he decided to cancel their mission and leave the next morning. But Nora is trying to convince her father.
They take something from the pyramid, focusing on the potential importance of the discovery and the fame they might gain. After much thought, Dr. Holden reluctantly agrees to send Shorty inside the pyramid to take readings and pictures in hopes of understanding what's inside. A little later, a military team arrives to oversee the team's departure. Zahir, being the only one who understands Arabic, informs the soldier that they are packing up and leaving. After that, Zahir directs the rover Shorty, which cost $3 million, inside the pyramid. As soon as it entered, it encountered a relatively low level of toxic smoke. The walls inside the pyramid had the symbol of Osiris. At that very moment, Shorty is attacked, which startled the whole team. Zahir suspects it might be the same dog that was causing a commotion earlier as he tries to send Shorty deeper into the pyramid. The rover suddenly loses connection. Zahir, determined to retrieve his expensive invention, manages to convince the rest of the team to enter the pyramid. At first, Dr. Holden refuses, but with Zahir's persistent insistence, he agrees. Then he announced that only he and Zahir would enter. But the rest of the team disagreed with him and thought they were one team and should work together. The Egyptian army, led by a soldier named Shahid, when he saw Dr. Holden and his team preparing to enter the pyramid, shouted at them and asked them to leave immediately. Zahir explained the situation to the soldier and asked for permission to retrieve their very expensive rover. In the end, the army gave them only 2 hours to retrieve Shorty. After that, Dr. Holden, Nora, Zahir, Sunni and Fidi entered the pyramids. Nora brought her camera to document her daily activities, while Dr. Holden warned the team not to touch anything because this ancient structure is unstable and could collapse at any moment. After a while, Zahir became worried when he found a broken piece of his rover and feared the consequences that might occur from NASA as they delved deeper. Nora discovered an opening leading upwards and encouraged the team to explore it. In an important moment, Nora found a metal structure with dried blood and decided to take it as a sample for later examination. While they were descending, the rope supporting Dr. Holden suddenly snapped, causing the team to get lost and unable to find a clear path. And they entered a room where Zahir found his Azafan, his lost rover. At that very moment, the weak floor of the room collapsed beneath them, dropping them about 30 feet below ground level. To make matters worse, a large piece of debris fell on Zahir's leg, crushing and trapping him. The team did everything they could to free him, but all their attempts failed. And in the midst of this chaos, Sunny discovered an opening and decided to climb it to look for an exit to get help. But as she was trying to climb, a mysterious creature suddenly attacked her, forcing her to retreat. At the same time, Dr. Holden found the gate and read the warning carved on it, which instructed them not to enter. He suggested that the team wait there until the military comes to look for them. But Nora didn't like that idea, especially with the limited time they had to save. Zahir decided to look for another exit before leaving Zahir alone. Nora gave him a flashlight and promised to return soon. After that, the team continued searching for an escape route. Suddenly, they heard Zahir scream. Dr. Holden and Nora, terrified, ran to help him, but they discovered his leg trapped under a rock. The bloodstains on the ground indicated that Zahir was dragged into the well, and his instinct is that of a bloodthirsty predator. This heartbreaking scene shattered Nora's heart, but Dr. Holden did what he could to console her and encouraged her to stay with the team and continue searching for an exit. After that, Dr. Holden made up a story and told the others that Zahir was crushed while trying to move the stone. Sunny didn't believe him and angrily blamed him for the situation they were in. In the next scene, the team continues their way through the tunnel feeling anxious, and Noah feels like something is following them. As a result, they quicken their pace and encounter a witness who was there to save them. At that moment, several creatures began to attack them. Shahid tried as much as he could to shoot them, but in the end, a big predator ate him. Fear took over the group and they huddled together in a corner. He noticed that the scratch on Sunny's face started to get infected and her eyes didn't look good. After a little while, Dr. Holden found an engraving on a wall depicting sections from the Book of the Dead. It was illustrating the concept of the final judgment when souls are weighed by Anubis. If the scale balances, it means passing to the afterlife after appearing before Osiris and the court council. When the group entered another tunnel, Dr. Holden accidentally stepped on a mechanism that closed the door and caused the tunnel to fill with sand quickly, and they were afraid of being buried alive. They ran to escape, but unfortunately, they fell into a pit full of deadly spears. Vads tried to save her, but it was no use. The whole team was shocked by Sunny's death, but they had to keep going and look for an exit. Shortly after, they found a missing part of the shortwave. Victi realized that his aerial could be used to contact the genius. He connected the rover to his camera and recorded a video message explaining their dire situation and pleading for help. Additionally, they warned that the pyramid was infested with dangerous creatures and advised anyone entering to bring weapons for protection. After that, Dr. Holden made an astonishing discovery, a secret room where they found the body of a 19th century explorer and his journals. The journals hinted at a possible escape route from the pyramid, but before the group could fully comprehend this information, a clawed hand suddenly pierced Dr. Holden's chest and pulled out his heart. Nora screamed for her father, wanting to help him in any way. But Fayed pulled her away to protect her. Then he entered the room himself and saw Dr. Holden's final moments. He even filmed this horrific scene with his camera. The creature crushed the old man and eventually killed him. Nora was crying in a corner. The creature passed by her without noticing her. After a while, he went to her and showed her the video he recorded. When she saw it, she recognized the creature as Anubis the Predator, a hybrid entity part jackal and part human, known for devouring impure hearts. In the next scene, Vidzi found the dead soldier and took his gun. Nora took the torch from her father's body. Then she found hieroglyphic inscriptions in the room showing that this pyramid was built to imprison Anubis, who wanted to unite with the father of Osiris to enter the final gate of heaven. After that, the two began a journey to find the star maps on the ceiling, searching for a tetrahedron symbol representing the three-sided pyramid, which likely points to the star Sirius and serves as the guide to the exit they are looking for. Nora successfully identified the location of the brightest star and led the way toward an opening where they saw a rope. This was evidence that the soldiers definitely entered the pyramid through this path. After gathering her courage, she started climbing the rope with Fidzi behind her, but at that moment, Anubis suddenly appeared out of nowhere and snatched Fidzi. Nora tried to escape, but the monster caught her too. In a desperate move, Nora lit the torch and thrust it towards Anubis. Then she reached the top of the rope and stood on the ground for a moment, but unfortunately Anubis appeared again and grabbed Nora once more. Nora tied to a pillar in the burial chamber. She regained consciousness and found Fidzi, calling out to him in despair. But to her horror, Anubis mercilessly crushed his face. This of course devastated Nora, but she still wasn't ready to give up. Cleverly, she used a blade to cut the rope that tied her. Then she used the same blade to cut Anubis's neck. The monster trembled in pain. Wild cats attacked him. This gave Nora a chance to escape. But just as she was about to reach the pyramid's exit, Nora lost consciousness. When she came to, she saw a little boy in front of her holding a camera. She begged him to help her, but before the boy could say a word, Anubis appeared again and kidnapped both of them.
And that's the end of the film. We'll meet in a new summary, and thank you for watching.